Oh, Mr. Lunch.
Yes, sir. Mr. Mario.
How are you?
Baruch Hashem, Baruch Hashem. Cooled off a little bit. Now it's nice.
Nice and warm.
No, nice. Yeah, it's nice outside here. The house is hot.
We are in Daf
55. 55.
Why?
55.
Even 56.
No, 55.
You didn't do 55 yesterday?
No, we went till we stopped off in the middle of 55 because we're starting at a new topic right now about Kamsa Bar Kamsa. So it's right. It says we're in the 55 B4, which is over Yochanan by Ksiv. It's by Kamsa by Kamsa. It's about the story about we read on Tisha B'Av. 55 B4.
Nun hey amid beis. Am Rav Yochanan Maidich Siv. Ashrei Adam Mefachet Tamid. Happy is the man who is always afraid. Umakshe libo yipol bara. The person who hardens his heart is going to fall into evil. Akamsa bar Kamsa chor Yerushalayim. Because of the story of Kamsa and Bar Kamsa, l'chora, it was a father and a son. Kamsa and the son of Kamsa. Chor of Yerushalayim. For that reason, Yerushalayim was destroyed. Our Tanagol of Tanagol to Chor of Tur Malka. Tur Malka was a place called Har HaMelech, which was a huge city. Because of a male and a female chicken, Tur Malka was destroyed. Asaka Derispik. This is like a spoke of a chariot. Beitar was destroyed. Now, what is the story of Akamsu bar Kamsa Chor Yerushalayim? Dehu gavra derachme Kamsu bal debavi bar Kamsa. There was a person, he had a friend, Kamsa. Ubal debavi, he had someone who hated him, who was bar Kamsa. Avad Sudasa, so the man who had these two friends, well, the man who had a friend and an enemy, made a big party. Armalei Lishmai told his servant, Zil Aisulias Kamsa, invite my friend Kamsa. But because the names were similar, Ozil Aisule Bar Kamsa. He brought Bar Kamsa instead. So the Balabayas, who threw the party, found Bar Kamsa sitting in the Suda. Armalei, Michte, Ahu Gavra, you, my enemy, you're here? My boy said, what are you doing here? Kum Puk, I want you to leave. Omer Lay, so Bar Kamsa said, Hoil Vasoy, well, I'm here already. Shavkin, let me stay. I'll give you the money for what I eat and what I drink, so it won't cost, and don't embarrass me that you're chasing me out of the Suda. Armalei lo. Armalei yavin l'chad to me pagadu Suda sayich. I'll give you half of the cost of the whole Suda. And don't kick me out. Armalei lo. Armalei yavin l'chad to me kula Suda sayich. I'll pay for the whole party. Armalei lo. Not to be yodi v'ukma vakfi. The guy picked him up with his own hands and threw him out. Omar, so Bar Kamsa said, Holy Havu Yasvu Rabbana. There were Chachamim at the party. The Lamachu Bain, and I guess they must have seen or heard what was going on. That he was embarrassing me. Shema Bino Kanichluhu. Must be that they agreed with him. Aizul Echel B'hu Kurtze Beimak. I'm going to go to be Malshin to the Romans about the Jews. Also, he went to the Romans. Armalei, the case where he told the Caesar, the Jews are rebelling against you. Omer le mi yemar. How can you prove that? Omer le, you know what? Test them. Shadalahu korvina. The Jews accept korbanos from non-Jews and they offer them in the Beis Hamikdash. Send them a korban. Chazis imakarvin le. Let's see if they'll offer it. Also, shada biyade egla tilsa. So the Caesar prepared a beautiful fatted calf. Bahari de kaosi shada beimuma. Bar Kamsa knew halacha, and he put a mum in the calf's lip, benifs fasayim. For army law, some say it wasn't in the lip, but bedukin shaba'ayin, in like the eyelid. Duchta l'didon have a mum. That's according to Jewish law, it would be a mum, and we would not offer it. Ulididu lav mumahu. But for the goyim, it's not a mum. So he understood that they would not be able to be makrif in the Beis Hamikdash, and he was going to get them in trouble because they wouldn't be able to explain to the that this is a baal mum, because in the eyes of the goyim, it's not a baal mum. So he did. It was very smart, and the Chachamim knew what was going on here. They identified immediately that they identified immediately that they were in this problem, and therefore svor rabbanon lekroive. So the Chachamim, because of pikuach nefesh, even though it was against halacha, they decided, well, we need to be makriv of this any mishum shalom malchus. Omer of Zechariah ben Avkulis, one of the Chachamim, Zechariah ben Avkulis, jumped in and said, Yonu bali mumin craven l'gabe mizbeach. He said, well, people are going to say that we offer bal mums on the mizbeach. Okay, well, the Chachamim realized they're going to have to do something about Kamsa. Svor lemiktalis, they wanted to kill Bar Kamsa, shlo lezel v'lema. So we won't go back and inform to the government what had happened. Amalu Rav Zechariah, the same Rav Zechariah, said, well, if we do that, Yomru, Shema Talmud b'kot shemihare, people will not understand what we're doing, and they'll say that there's a new halacha that whoever puts a mum in an animal gets put to death. So the Chachamim listened, and they didn't do anything. They didn't makriv the animal, and they didn't kill Bar Kamsa. Bar Kamsa went back, told them that they didn't offer it, and that's how the war broke out against the Jews. On Rav Yechanan, and the Sanuso, so Rav Zechariah ben Avkulis, this Tzidkis, or Yiras Shamayim, of Rav Zechariah, Kurivas Beisenu, V'Sarfas Echalenu, V'Glisinu Martzei. This led to the destruction of the temple and to going into Golos. Shadu Alayu Neiron Kesar. So the Romans initially, in the head of the army, they sent Nero. Ki Ka'asi, when he came to Yerushalayim, he did some kind of like a gora, like some kind of test. Shadagira, he fired an arrow to the east. Also, the Nafal Yerushalayim fell to Yerushalayim. The Ma'ariv also Nafal Yerushalayim. Habaruch Hashemayim also Nafal Yerushalayim. He shot the arrow in every direction. Each time, it faced Yerushalayim. Amar le Yanuka. Nero told one of the children, Psakli psukach, what pasuk did you learn today? Amar le, v'nosatias nikmasi be'edom biad ami Yisrael. I will give the revenge against Rome in the hands of my people, my Jewish people. So Omar, so Nero said, It looks like HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants to destroy his bias. And he wants me to sort of be the shaliach to do it. But in the end, I'm going to get punished. Arak Vazovi Gayer. He ran away and he converted to Judaism. The Nafak Minei Rav Meir. Rav Meir came out of Nero. Okay? Pedro Alayo Aspasianus Caesar. Vespasian was sent as the general. Also, Tsar Leat Ploshani. He laid siege to Yerushalayim for 3 years. Havuban plus Atiri. There were 3 wealthy people who were living in Yerushalayim. Nagdiman ben Gurion, ben Kalba Savua, uben Tzitzis HaKesses. Nagdiman ben Gurion, Shenaklu Lochamu Bavluro. In order to prevent a loss, financial loss, the sun didn't set for him. Ben Kalba Savua, whoever went into his house hungry like a dog would come out satiated. Ben tzitzis hakeses, his tzitzis, instead of dragging on the ground, would drag on pillows that were carried by his servants. Ikedi Amri, that his chair would sit with the heads of the Romans as well. So these wealthy people donated. I'll provide the people of Yerushalayim with wheat and barley. The other wealthy person said, I will provide the wine, the salt, and the oil. That I will provide wood. The Chachamim praised the last one, the one who gave the wood. It was most expensive. Rav Chisda he had a servant, and he would give his servant the keys to all of his storehouses, bar minitzivi, except for the storehouse for wood. That was the most expensive thing. Rav Chisda, kalba dechiti boy shisin kalba ditzivi. One warehouse of wheat, you need 60 warehouses of wood to bake that bread. So you need wood to turn wheat into bread. So the donations of these 3 wealthy people would have provided the city of Yerushalayim with enough food for 21 years. There were these zealots. Rashi says, Anashim Reikim Upochzim L'Melchama. They were empty people. All they wanted to do was fight. Armel Rabbanon, Nefuk v'Nevet Shalma Badayu. The Chachamim wanted to make peace with the Romans. Lo Shavkinu. The Biryonim didn't allow them to make peace. Armeluhu Nefuk v'Navad Kirva Badayu. The Biryonim wanted to start a war. It's not going to work. Better to wait until the siege is lifted. The Biryonim burnt all of these warehouses that held the wheat, the barley, and there was a terrible famine in order to force everybody to go out to war and not to wait out the Romans. Now the Gemara is going to describe how severe the famine was. Marta Baspaisus Asiros at Yerushalayim Haba. Marta Baspaisus is one of the wealthy women of Yerushalayim. Shadata Lushluchi va'amr le'zil aisili samida. She sent her servant to the market and say, "Bring me some flour." Ada Azal is davein. By the time the servant got to the market, there was no flour left. So she went back to her mistress, Marta. Also, Armelus Mida Leka, Chivirta Ika, there's no fine flour, there's regular flour. Okay, Zilaisili. Meanwhile, Ada Azal is davein. It all got sold. She went back. Also, Armelus Chivirta Leka, Gushkara Ika. There's no flour, but there's like very poor flour. Okay, buy it. The Azal is davein. By the time she got back to the market, it had been sold. There's no wheat flour, but there is barley flour. Go buy me. The Azal is davein. By the time she got there, it had all been sold. Have a shlifa misana. At that time, she was not wearing her sandal. She went out herself to see if there was anything to eat. So her foot touched a piece of dung. And Umesa, she was such a wealthy woman, and she was so sensitive. So something is just a little dung on her foot made her die. Karla Rav Yochanan ben Zakkai, Harakah b'chavanuga, the istiness among you, the soft among you. Asher lo nasta kaf ragla hatzega la'artz mitanegel morok. This pasuk refers to her. Ikedi Amri, that it wasn't a piece of dung, rather it was the Groigrish Rav Tzadok Achla, that Rav Tzadok used to only eat a dried fig. He spit it out, and she picked that up to eat it. Visnase, she got sick and she died. What is this? Rav Tzadok Yosef Rabban Shem B'Tanisa. Rav Tzadok fasted 40 years to prevent the destruction. And his body got so thin, if he would eat something, he would see it from the outside. After a fast, he would take a fig, he would sort of suck out the juice and spit it out. And that's this dried fig that Martha Baspais tried to eat and died. When she died, they took out of her house all the gold and silver, Shadita Bishuk, and threw it in the market. All this money in the world, you can't buy anything with it. That you're going to throw your money out into the street because it's not going to be able to buy you anything. Abasikra Reish Biryoni, Yerushalayim. Abasikra was the head of the Zealots. He was the nephew, the son of the sister of Rav Yochanan Zakkai. Sholach lei tobitzin legavoy. He sent secretly that Abasikra should meet with them. Also, how long are you people going to act this way? And all of Klal Yisrael's here, we're all going to die of famine. Amarle Mayovid, the Aminu Midu Katule. I can't say anything. They're going to kill me, to the other Biryonim. Amarle Chazili Takantili Didi April. Rav Yochanan told Abasikra, come up with a mechanism to take me out of the city. Maybe I can save a little bit. Amar lei, nekot nafshecha b'ktsiri, act as if you're sick. V'laisi kula almi v'lishayubach, and let everybody come and visit you like you're sick. And then I see me destroy v'agvei. Get something rotten and put it under your bed. And people say you died and you're already rotting. Your talmidim will come to bury you. Don't let anybody else except your talmidim. They will not understand. They won't recognize that when they pick you up, you're going to be lighter. The Biryonim understood that a live person is lighter than a dead person. So if they pick you up and they see that you're still light, they know that you're faking your death. So Ovid Hachi, Nichnas Bo, Rabbi Eliezer mitzarecha, Rabbi Yeshua mitzarecha. His Talmidim, Rabbi Eliezer and Rabbi Yeshua came in. Kimatu lepischa, and they were carrying out the coffin to bury him outside Yerushalayim. Boy lemidkarei. The guards wanted to run the coffin in with spears to make sure that he's dead. Amar lahu, so Abba Sikra said, Yoimru Rabban Dekaru? This is how you treat the rabbi of the Jews? They were going to stick him with the spears anyway. Amar lahu Yoimru Rabban Dachfo? Or they were going to push him. And he said, the Abba Sikra told him what the Romans are going to think, that we don't treat our Chachamim with respect. So they opened the door, Nafak, and they took Rav Yochanan Zakkai out. Kimat al-Hasam, when Rav Yochanan reached the Roman camp, Vespasian, the general, was there. Omar, Shalom Alech Malka, Shalom Alech Malka. Rav Yochanan greeted him, saying, Shalom Aleichem, the king. Omar lei, the Chayev is Trei K'tola. You deserve the death penalty twice. Chad love Malka Ana, the Kakaris Malka. Number one, I'm not the king and you called me king. The Sui Malka Ana, and if I am the king, why did you wait so long to come out? I've been out here for 2 years, 3 years. That which you said, you're not a king. Ivra Malka'at. You're going to be king in the future. He prophesied that Vespasian was going to be the Caesar. Dilav Malka'at Lomimsur Shalayim B'yadcha. If you were on the level of a king, Hashem wouldn't have given over the city of Yerushalayim to your armies. T'chsiv v'halvanon ba'adir yipol. The Halvanon, which is another name of the Beis Hamikdash, we learned this yesterday in the Navi Shir. It's called Levanon because it's a place where the Chatoim of the Jewish people are malbin, are whitened. And Adir is somebody strong, Elamelech, T'chsiv v'yad yiro mimenu umosh lo mikivro yetze. Ve'en Levanon el Beis Hamikdash shenemar ahar atov hazeh v'halvanon. Udika amrit imalkana amaylo kosid l'gabe adayidna. And your complaint that if I was the king, why didn't you come until me now? He told him the truth, that the zealots in the city didn't allow me to leave. So Vespasian understood right away that Rav Yochanan was coming to ask him not to destroy the city. Armelei, ilu chavishol dvas, v'darkon korach alei. Person has a barrel of honey, and there's a snake curled up on top of it. They wouldn't break the honey just to kill the snake. I have to destroy the city in order to kill the Biryonim. Ishtik. Rav Yochanan didn't have an answer. That sometimes Hashem puts the Chachamim backwards, so they didn't know how to answer. Because Iboy Lememerle, Rav Yochanan should have answered, Shakil Tzavsav, Shakil the dark of a Kadunle. Take a hot piercing thing, and then we pick up the snake and kill it. The Chavita Shakilale, we leave the barrel alone. So just kill the rebellious people, leave everybody else alone. Why did Rav Yochanan Zakkai say that? It says, Meishiv Chachamim Achor V'Daitem Yisakil. Adahachi, meanwhile, Osi Frista Ale, Meroimi, a messenger came from Rome. Aberle, Kum de Misle Akesar, the Amrohanu Chashiva de Rome Lesuvich Berecha. The Caesar died, and the Roman senator has appointed you the Caesar. Avasaim Chad Masane. Vespasian was wearing one shoe. Boilim Esaim Lachrina. He wanted to put on the other shoe. Lo'ayel didn't fit him. So Boilim Mishufei Lidich tried to take the other one off. Lo Nafik. Amar Maihai. What's going on? Amar Le Lotitz Tire. Shmua Tova Asach. He had good news. Shmua Tova Tachein Etzem. Good news will cause a person's bone to get thicker. So he got thicker. Elamaita Kante. How can I take my shoe off? Lacey Inish Shalom Misva. Let a person that you don't like come by. V'lichlav kamech, walk in front of you. Because you're tichsiv, v'ruach nechot tiyavesh etzem. A low spirit will cause the bone to diminish. Avadachi oil. So he had a person he doesn't like walking in front of him. He got his foot out. Omer le. Because you have so much wisdom. How come you didn't come and advise me up until now? Omer le. I already told you the Biranim didn't let me. Omer lo. Ana nami amri. Lecha. I also told you what I'm supposed to tell you. Omer le mezel azilna. I'm now going back to Rome to become the Caesar. They're going to send Titus, somebody else in my place, to continue the siege. Ask me something, here comes the famous line. Don't destroy Yavna and its chachamim. Vishushilta Rabbi Gamliel, that the dynasty of Rabbi Gamliel, the Beis Hillel, leave them alive and don't kill them. And the Messiah lay Rav Tzaddik. Give me doctors who will heal Rav Tzaddik, who was fasting for 40 years. Again, it's a pasuk that anticipates Chachamim will lose their mind. Because he should have said, leave us alone, leave, and don't destroy Yerushalayim. If he asked for that, they wouldn't do it. But then he was allowed to ask one question. He said, Ten li Yavna. If he said, allow Yerushalayim to stay, he would have gotten anything. So he asked something small. So at least they would get that.
Daddy, do you want me to bring you dinner around here?
Asvata the Messiah lay. That's Rav Tzaddik Mai. What was this? They needed special doctors. Yom Kama Ashkira Mai de Pa'ari. First day they gave him water soaked with some wheat. Yom Machar Mai de Sipuka. Little water with flour. Yom Machar Mai de Kimch, a little more. Adi Ravach Mea Purta Purta till they expanded his stomach because he hadn't eaten for 40 years. Ozil Shadres Titus. The Romans sent Titus. The Omar Elohim Otzur Chasayubo. This pasuk Zet Titus Arosha Shechira Figidiv Klape Malo. He cursed the Kodesh Baruch Masa. What did he do? Tofa Zoyna Biyod V'Nichnas. the Beis Kodesh Kodoshim. He took a zona into the Kodesh Kodoshim. V'yitzia Sefer Torah v'avar leha avera. He opened up a Sefer Torah and they committed the avera on the Sefer Torah in the Kodesh Kodosh. Notel Sayev, the Gider Saparoiches. He took a sword and he stuck the curtain. Blood was pouring from the curtain. Kisfor Haragasatzmo. As if he killed Kodesh Baruch Hu. Shenemar, Shagu Tzarecha Bekerev Moadechas, Samu Osasam Orusul. Like signs, it's a simon. Abba Chanan Oimer. Mich kamoicha chosin ka. Mich kamoicha chosin v'kasha. Look how strong Kodesh Baruch Hu is, that he hears the terrible cursings and actions of this Russian. He's quiet. Very shrill tone. Micha mocha boiling Hashem. Micha mocha beilmin, that he was stayed quiet. Ile means mute. What else did Titus do? Maasa. Naldas habarachas vasokum in gurgat tani. They took the parochas, they made it into a basket. And he put all the kelim into the parochas. He brought them back to Rome. Shenemar, that they gathered all of the kelim and they brought it to Rome. Ikedi Amri, Kvor Mamish Afilu Mili Dimitarmini Gloilim. Even things came that they had been buried was revealed to him. Omar Alav Nachshol Shbayam Latov. When they were going back to Rome, a wave came to wash them overboard. Omar Kimadumani Shelohem Shel Elu. I see that the Jews' God, his power is in water. Ba Paro Tavu b'mayim. Paro, they drowned in Yamsu. Ba Sisra Tavu b'mayim. It was also in the water. Afu Omer Alayla Tovani b'mayim. He's also trying to drown me. Im Gibor Hu Yalali Abash B'Yasemi Milchama. If Hashem is really strong, let him fight me on dry land. Yatsa Baskal v'Armelo Russia ben Russia ben Benoshel Esav Russia. You are the ancestor of Esav. Beri Kali Yeshli Boilam v'Yitushma. I have like a gnat, like a small little fly. Amai Karla Beri Kala. The Ma'alna is it eats, but it doesn't produce excrement. This fly crawled up his nose. And it ate his brain for 7 years. He had terrible punishment. He walked by the house of the blacksmith. Shama kala rispcha, this fly heard the banging of the hammer on the anvil, ishtik, and the fly finally calmed down. Omar, aha, ikita kanta. Kol yom ma'asinavchu machul kameid. He hired the blacksmith to pound in front of them. Legoy yoav le'ar bezuzi. He gave him $4 a day if he was a goy. Yisrael Amar lei mistayich the kolchazis b'snacha. You don't have to pay you. It's good that you see that your enemy is suffering so much. Atlas and Yamin Avidachi. They did this for 30 days. Bekan ve'elach given the dash. The fly got used to the noise and he continued to eat up his brain. Tanya Amrav Pinchas ben Aruv Aniyeh Yisi ben Gedolei Romi. When Titus died, they did an autopsy. They opened up his skull. The fly was as big as a bird, weighing 2 slime. The Masisa Tana Kegoizel Ben Shana. Mishkosh Nei Litri. Amra Bayat Naktinon. Shapiv Mechoises Vitzimartiv Shabarna. Its mouth was copper and its nails were steel. You have a Kamayas when he died, Amarlahu, Liklil Lahu Gavra. They should burn me. Kaitma Eshev Yomai. And they should spread my ashes on 7 oceans. So that their God won't find me and bring me to din. Okay. We'll stop here.
Okay,
By the way, some of these blot are very long. So Kenny suggested we'll do whatever we'll learn every day. But if we leave some stuff over, we'll save it for Tisha B'Av. Because you can learn this on Tisha B'Av. So we'll have something to learn on Tisha B'Av, and we'll move ahead. Okay.
okay, all right.
Eshkoyach. Very
Shkoyach,
good.
shkoyach.
Beautiful. Eshkoyach.